Hello, welcome back to another video. My name is Teacher Natalie, and in this video I'm going to be talking about do I regret quitting Palfish. I'm going to get straight into that. I'm not going to waste any time, and I'm going to honestly say yes. Yes, I do. Why? I've been teaching on Palfish for about 2.5 years. The reason I left Palfish was because I didn't like the whole you cancel a class, you get penalised, you get charged. They changed the pay scale. It was quite good money. You could earn good money an hour, and they just basically cut it in half. There was rumours going around that the Chinese government had changed the whole rules behind foreign education, and parents obviously purchasing English lessons with foreign tutors. All these rumours were going around. People had said, I heard from other teachers, I heard from the company that, you just have to teach the students you've got, and then once that runs out, you won't be able to renew any of those students, and the lessons will go to Chinese tutors. But it was going on for about a year, nothing happened. The pay changed, and then it turned out that I think there was no such thing. I think foreign teachers could continue to teach. I don't know if that's changed. But one day I got really sick, couldn't teach my classes. I had to cancel 7 classes. And I looked in the rule book and it said if I'd had cancelled 8 classes, I would have lost my job. So I don't want to work for a company that if you're sick, you get penalised. Everybody in the workforce, if you're sick, you get sick pay, and often your colleagues are like, get better soon. I had the stress of thinking, do I actually teach these students and not get penalised and not lose money and not be charged, or do I just continue teaching? And I was so ill, I was throwing up every 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes I was throwing up, so it would have been impossible for me to teach. So I ended up cancelling 7 classes. If I'd had 8 cancellations, I could have potentially lost my job. So I thought, I don't want to work for a company like this anymore, especially since they changed the pay scale. However, Palfish was one of the best online teaching platforms, and that was because I did get a steady flow of students. Every day I had about 8 to 10 bookings, which was amazing. I wanted more in the beginning. I wanted to teach 15 students a day, but it just wasn't possible, and that's for a number of reasons. I think reason number 1, a lot of teachers joined the platform, especially during the COVID pandemic. The teacher referral scheme was good, so teachers that were teaching on Palfish could refer tutors and get paid. They'd get like a $50 bonus or something. So during the pandemic, a lot of Western countries, they went into lockdown, people had lost their jobs, they needed something to do. So for the teachers that were teaching on Palfish, they could refer their friends and say, look, do you want to teach some Chinese kids for a few hours a day and earn some money? So there was loads of teachers on the platform. But, once you kind of got through that, selling the trials and building up a student base, it was consistent work, which is what I liked. So anyway, I decided to quit Palfish, and then I work for Cambly, and I work for Amazing Tutor, and I do teach on All School. However, apart from Cambly, Amazing Talker and All School, there isn't a consistent flow of students. So you might teach a student, you might never see them again. On Amazing Talker, you have to sell a trial, they might purchase lessons with you. Even then, they can cancel classes, and I find students on Amazing Talker cancel lessons more than they did on Palfish. So you can wake up with four hours of work or 4 students, and then go have your breakfast, get ready to teach, and you're like, I have 2 hours. What's happened to the other 2 students? Oh, they've cancelled. There is a 12-hour policy though with Amazing Talker. But on Palfish, for some reason, I don't know why, because the students still come from Asia, it's the same country, China, Hong Kong. There was just more consistency. Students didn't really cancel, or if they no-showed, if they didn't show up to the lesson, you would still get paid. Cambly does have a lot of students, and I love teaching on there. However, the pay isn't as good, and students just sometimes don't show up to the class, and you don't make much money. So, do I regret teaching on Palfish? Yes. I wish the company had stayed like they were from the beginning, when they were paying their students a good wage and they didn't change all the policies. Something happened in China, I don't really know what the truth is. I don't know what's happening now due to the whole pandemic about student learning, whether they can take lessons from foreign tutors. I think there's still lots of people teaching on Palfish. I was just worried that it was going to finish, or one day I was going to wake up and just have nothing. So I just wanted to test the waters and see what other online teaching platforms were better. I really love teaching on my new online teaching platforms, such as Amazing Talker and All School, and I have videos on them. However, they're not reliable. I can't rely off them as a full-time salary, a full-time job. I'll only teach a few hours a month on All School, and I'll only teach around about 2 to 3 hours a day, if that, on Amazing Talker. So the consistency isn't as good as Palfish. Would I recommend you teaching on Palfish now? Absolutely not. I believe they dropped the pay scale again. So they were paying me around £10–11 an hour from 17. So you could potentially earn £17 an hour, depending on what level you were, how many students you were teaching. They dropped that down. And I think now the pay scale is even smaller. So you're only earning about £5 an hour or £3 an hour. It's ridiculous. If you are a teacher on Palfish, let me know in the comments what you think about it, if the company is still not so good, if they're improved, if I should come back. But yeah, I do regret teaching on Palfish, and I do miss teaching on Palfish.